Hello everyone, how are you guys? Tell me. Tell me in the comment section. How's the status? So, hope you are all preparing for your examination. In the last lecture, we have studied about Unit 2, what is project scheduling, how to manage cost, scheduling, and everything. It was a more of an introductory lecture, I would say, regarding scheduling and cost control. But in current lecture, this lecture what we are going to study, we study about project management features, risk analysis. The risk is a very important or critical part when you are doing project management. How you control risk, what is audit, what is termination and everything. And then what is agile project management, will complete it. So this agile project management we usually study in like previous subjects and units, but I will make sure after studying this lecture, after viewing this lecture, you won't need any of the resources regarding these two things, agile and project management. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's get started. First, project management we're going to study. The first topic project management is of the project management is the risk analysis in IT projects. So what is a risk? What is a risk? Risk is an uncertain event or a condition. If it occurs, has a positive or negative effect. It doesn't mean that the effect of risk is always negative. It can be positive also on the project, as there is a risk of the project. So the stakeholders, the developers do a better work. So there is a positive impact of it, but there is a risk on the project and you didn't take it seriously. So it will give you a negative effect in the project. Maybe there is a delay or something else. So risk management involves identifying, analyzing and responding to the risk. It is very important. So what is risk we understood? So like when we are responding to the risk, when we are analyzing, when we are identifying the risk, so we need certain process to manage it. That is why we are using risk management processes. So what are the risk management processes? The first of all, if you have a risk, then identify it. That is the main thing. You need to identify the risk. So brainstorm all possible risk, use checklist, interviews, historical data, anything like team members leaves, technological changes, scope creep, like budget cuts, anything can be considered as a risk. So first step is to identify the risk, then to quantify the risk. You do a quantitative analysis, like assess the probability and impact of the risk. Okay, what is the impact of these things? So like what is the probability? The probability low, like 1 to 33%, 34 to 66% is medium, 67 to 100% is high risk. What is the impact of it? Low risk में minor delay, high medium में significant delay, high में project failure can be also there. So you need to quantify the risk. Based on that, if you quantify the risk, you also need to analyze the risk in a quantitative, like it was a qualitative analysis. So you need to quantitative analysis, you need to do the quantitative analysis too. That is the numerical analysis. This is just a qualitative analysis, when you just need to study the quality of the risk, that like what is the probability. Based on the probability you are doing that. But now for the quantitative, you need to know the expected monetary value, EMV. For that you will do key, if the probability is 30% for example and the impact is 500,000, so the EMV, that the expected monetary value, will be around 15,000. So with this number, this quantitative number, this numerical analysis, you will get the impact of it. You will get the actual meaning of what is the risk, like what is the monetary value of the risk. That because the most critical thing is the monetary risk only. If you have like the money in the stake, then you need to think a lot on that in business management and in the risk management. The first step is, now you identified the risk, now you get the qualitative and quantitative values of the risk. Now how you respond to the risk? So there are a few steps. Avoid, या तो change the plan, eliminate the risk, use proven technologies instead of new. Okay. Mitigate, reduce probability slash impact, train team to new tech. For example, old databases like SQL, not SQL, I would say. Let's suppose MySQL. If the database is in MySQL, there are certain risks. So the team mitigate it to the MS Fiber, Microsoft Fiber. Okay. So what does this mean? It means to mitigate means to transfer. Teach the team new technology so that you can reduce this risk, or just change your old technology stuff into new technology, that is to avoid the risk. Transfer, like shift risk to others, buy insurance, outsource risky tasks, accept, acknowledge risk and deal with it if it occurs. Passive acceptance is important. So these are the things that you need to respond, like this is the way that you need to respond to the risk, how you should respond it. Now if you have responded also, then you need to check whether it helped you or not. So risk monitoring and control is also important. Track identified risk, identify new risk, execute responded plans. इसको execute करना भी ज़रूरी है. Okay. Now what is a risk metric diagram? It is also important. You must put this diagram whenever there is a risk thing there. So if you have a low, there is also low, this is also low, this is medium, this is high. So high and high will give you a critical risk. Okay, it is there, it is written there. Okay. So high and high give you a critical risk, and it will just give you an idea what is the probability, and if you have a high probability and a high risk, so you will get a critical risk metric. Okay, so this diagram is important. Now what is project control? Let's start from here. Let me just quickly check if we are recording it or not. Yep, we are recording. Yes, project control. I hope yahan tak everybody is clear about what we are discussing. Project control is a process of comparing actual project performance against planned target and taking corrective actions to when deviation occurs. It is basically you have a plan. Okay, everybody has a plan in the project. ठीक है, सबके पास एक प्लान होता है, and you need to review this plan with a regular interval of time. Against the planned target, you need to review the project actual performance. This is called control. This is called control. और अगर कुछ, if there is a deviation or something delay in it, just do corrective actions. Okay, I hope I'm making clear to you guys. Okay, so like project control process. What are the control process? Measure, evaluate, correct. First measure ही तो ज़रूरी है. First measure the actual project performance. Collect the data from actual progress. टाइम स्पेंड कितना हो रहा है, टास्क कंप्लीटेड कितने हुए, कॉस्ट कितने लगा अभी तक. सो मेजर इट, देन इवेल्युएट इट, देन कंपेयर इट विद द प्लान टारगेट्स. कंपेयर एक्चुअल वर्सेस प्लान यूजिंग गैंट चार्ट से या EVM मेट्रिक से. यू शुड कंपेयर इट, देन करेक्ट इट. इफ देर इज अ डिले, इफ देर इज अ डेविएशन, then take corrective actions like reallocate resources, adjust schedules, crash activity. Crash we have discussed in the last lecture, where you have a certain deadline. To complete the deadline, you are putting more resources to it. When adding the more resources, the cost increases but the time decreases. That is called crash. So what are the tools you use for project control? Use Gantt chart. Gantt chart, if you see, what is a Gantt chart? Gantt. So we discussed this Gantt chart in operating system lecture, if you know. So these are the Gantt charts. So these are the basically the charts that you can see to track the resources, to track the activities, whether you are going in the right direction or a wrong direction. These are the Gantt charts. So it usually been used in industries. मैंने भी use किया काफ़ी बार. So bar chart showing tasks and schedules, easy to read होता है. It shows when it should be completed and how it is going now. Milestone charts, S-curve, EVM, earned value management, and these are the things, these are the tools that are used to control the project. Hope it is clear. Now we are talking about project audit. What is audit? So what is a project audit? Project audit is an independent evaluation of a project's current status, its processes and performance against its goals, plans and standards. So कुछ हद तक it is sounding like project control, na? But audit is slightly different. So it is an independent evaluation, okay, of a project current status, its processes and performance against its goals and plans and standards. What is project audit? In process audit, like there are three types of audits: post process and specific topic. In process is conducted while the project is execution to identify the problems early. Like project is execute हो ही रहा है, उसके बीच में ही we are doing the auditing. उसके बीच में we are checking that we are on the right path or not, we are doing in the right way or not, we are on track or not. This is called in process audit. The second thing is post process audit. After completion this task, just check whether we did it right way or not, captured lesson and learn. And while this project, there should be specific topics, like this is a development stage, this is a deployment stage, deployment. So focus on a specific concern, just a security or budget. So you need to do the audit, you need to do the, like there should be a certain stage of security, so you just need to do the, your security is the most priority, so you need to just do the auditing on this security, and you don't need to do auditing here, or you can do post auditing after you completing the complete project. You can do edit auditing on both, but in security you need the in process auditing. So with these type of flexibility, auditing gives to you in process, post process, or a specific topic audit, these things. So auditing reports should include, what are the things it should include: current project status, are you on track; future prediction, it is completed on the specific time and budget; problem encountered and their root causes; and corrective recommendations. These are the things that you should do in the audit. Now what is project termination? So project termination is a, as a name suggests, it is termination. So project termination is a formal way to ending a project, either by successfully completion or due to failure, cancellation and reorganization. किसी भी तरह से, if the project is ending, it is called as project termination. So there are few types of project termination, mainly four: termination by extension, addition, integration and starvation. Means first is extension. Projects ends naturally, nothing happens, goals are achieved successfully or project fails completely. These two things. Extension means there is no external factors or something. If the project is done, it is like all goals are achieved, or if the project fails completely, it counts as project extension. Now project termination by addition is project is so successful it becomes a permanent part of the organization. It is called addition. Now termination by integration is project resources and outputs are merged into the parent organization. It means that termination are integrated. It is terminated because it is merged in the parent organization. ठीक है? A termination by addition is like project is so successful that उसको permanent ही बना दिया गया. That's why it's terminated. So it's still in using, like they completed it and it still is being used as a in the organization. And termination by starvation is budget is gradually reduced until project dies. Like budget, like you have a certain budget and वो कम होते होते it will be zero, so you can't proceed forward. So like there can be multiple it is economical or political decision, so it is termination by starvation. So there are a few things here. So the termination process like closes all the open items and document file status, complete final audit and write these reports, like release resources, the team, equipment, facilities, like archive the records and for future relevance, and celebrate success or reward team if you have any. So these are the things that you should do in termination of any, like termination process of any project. Okay, great. Now we need to start the agile management. यहाँ तक I hope it's clear. Yep. Let's start with agile project management. What is a agile project management? So agile is an iterative approach to project management. This we all know. Software development that focus on delivering small working software increment frequently while responding to change rapidly. It explains much, like software increment frequently, कुछ छोटे मोटे changes incrementally उस पे attach करना, responding to changes rapidly. So these are the things that comes under agile methodology. So we have a analogy. So like we have a waterfall model, requirement design, coding, testing, deployment, and we have agile. Here we have agile development, iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. So it's like plan karo, develop karo, test karo, then plan karo, then feedback lo, then again plan karo, development karo, test karo, feedback lo. With this, all is called agile methodology. You are not making the entire project in the single go. You are just making few things, then ask few things, ask. This is called agile methodology. Okay? And here you are making the entire thing from start to deployment, and if you have any small changes, move to this वापस design में या coding में, then do the coding, then do the design, then do the testing, deployment, again changes, go repeat the entire process. This was the major demerit of the waterfall model and the traditional model that agile problem solve. So here's the difference. What is the approach? That is a sequential or linear approach. It is incremental and iterative approach. Customer involvement only at start and end. स्टार्ट में कस्टमर देखता है, एंड पे कस्टमर देखता है, बट थ्रू आउट द प्रोसेस कस्टमर देखता है अजाइल में. सो कस्टमर इज बिंग इज लाइक हैविंग अ जर्नी टू द कंप्लीट प्रोजेक्ट एज इफ ही इज मेकिंग द प्रोजेक्ट. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो डिलीवरी इज वन बिग डिलीवरी एट द एंड, स्मॉल डिलीवरीज 3 to 4 weeks में, डिफ़िकल्ट टू चेंज, वेलकम चेंजेस, हैवी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, मिनिमल वर्किंग सॉफ्टवेयर फोकस रखते हैं, कैन बी लार्ज, स्मॉल टीम भी चल सकती है, क्लियर स्टेबल रिक्वायरमेंट्स होती है, अनक्लियर रिक्वायरमेंट्स होती है. लाइक यहाँ पर चीज़ें कुछ होंगी, फिर यहाँ पर वो चीज़ें चेंज हो सकती है अकॉर्डिंग टू क्लाइंट नीड्स. तो दीज आर द थिंग्स. नाउ देयर आर सर्टेन प्रिंसिपल्स इन अजाइल methodology, mainly 12. These are called agile manifestos, defined 4 values and 12 principles. So what are the 4 values of it? The 4 values of agile are individual and interactions over process and tools. So working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. At least because these are the things that you need to remember. I would suggest you won't remember it, just understand it and write in your own words. Okay, the 12 points, the 12 principles कौन से हैं? Deliver value to the software early and continuous, welcome changes, deliver working solution software quickly or like frequently, business people and developers work together daily, build projects around motivated individuals and trust them, face-to-face conversation to the best form of communications. So these things, team regularity reflects the adjusting behavior accordingly. So these are the 12 values or principles, 4 values and 12 principles of Agile. Now, what is the relationship between Agile, Scrum, Lean, DevOps and ITIL? It is also important, by the way. So understand this. Agile, what is it? Type. It is a philosophy. It is a values that you need to follow. Scrum works on Agile framework. Lean is a methodology. DevOps is a culture plus practice, and ITEL is a basically IT service management. So what we are talking about here, Agile में you are iteratively deliver and it is flexible, ठीक है? And the relationship is like overarching like mindset or culture. You just need to have this type of plan, this mindset. This is a mindset or a culture type of thing. Scrum is a sprint based delivery. It works in Agile. So the major thing that I wanted to show you is that think of it as a agile is the mindset, scrum and lean is a implementation of it. Scrum and lean are like a implementation, how you are implementing agile in the process. It's not this is only agile, okay? This is not only agile, this is agile is a process. This is a process that you need to do it in iterative way. You need to make sure it should be iterative, you should welcome changes, but not this way. It can be in other way also. The only thing is it should be like this. It should be minimal. It should be delivering small delivery, doing small deliveries. So there can be multiple ways. One of the ways is scrum and lean. So scrum and lean are mainly used to implement this agile mindset, and DevOps is to automate the delivery. Like you did it, now it will be automatically delivered to the client. And ITEL is manages the service after launch. Like after launch it manages the service, everything, IT service after deployment. So what is Scrum? Sprint based delivery. Sprint based delivery is Scrum, and lean is eliminate waste and maximize value. Okay, Scrum में implements agile principles as I told you, and lean is complements agile and efficiency focused. So it focus on efficiency basically. Like it is a type of methodology only. If you see lean methodology, systematical approach for maximizing customer value while minimizing waste through continuous improvement. What I was saying, continuous improvement, efficient use. So Toyota uses this type of lean, so it reduced waste and like maximize values and all. So you can see the Six Sigma like processes. It is a way of thinking. So it is a lean methodology. It's like agile only. It's like implementation of it. Okay. Now what is DevOps? The DevOps is like collaboration and automation, extends agile to operation and deployment also. It automatically does the automation and automatically delivers. Now IT management में service life cycle and reliability, like it manages the IT services after deployment. So these are the relationship that we need to know in this. Now let's move to the few important exam questions. What is risk analysis and important strategies? So we talked about it in detail. You can refer it. Now what is the 4 values of agile, and can you briefly explain the principles of it? So you don't need to explain the 12 principles, you just explain few of them, that will be enough. Maybe 6, yeah, 5, 6, and explain them. Differentiate between agile and waterfall model, important. So I think you can differentiate it. So with this we have completed our unit 3. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, if you like the video, just subscribe and like, what do you say? And thank you for your time, thank you for watching. Bye bye.